To a Washington that last week saw hours of televised impeachment hearings, and the conviction of Donald Trump ally Roger Stone add one more ingredient. That new tell-all book by Anonymous. Major Garrett has our Sunday Journal.
President Trump is a threat to America. That is the thrust of A Warning, on sale Tuesday, and written by an author described only as a senior Trump administration official. That cloak of anonymity is the same one the writer wore in a New York Times column last fall, which argued the president is amoral. Mr. Trump's response to that op-ed? This tweet.
An anonymous, really an anonymous, gutless coward.
Reince, come up here. Where is
Reince Priebus was the president's first chief of staff.
Do you have any idea who it is?
No.
Do you think this writer is a coward?
Yes.
Because?
I think it's improper. I think it's dishonorable.
The White House agrees. Press Secretary Stephanie Grisham called the book a work of fiction. CBS News has not confirmed the identity of the author or the claims he or she makes.
Nobody really knows whether these quotes or these accusations are true because we don't know who it is. There's no way to judge the veracity of what this person is saying.
In the book, Anonymous writes that cabinet officials considered resigning en masse, a so-called midnight self-massacre, to call attention to Trump's misconduct and erratic leadership. Also on the chopping block, the vice president. Quote, on more than one occasion, Trump has discussed with staff the possibility of dropping Vice President Pence in advance of the 2020 election.
No, that's the part of this that I think is the most out of touch part of the book.
We thought Priebus would know most about this passage. Anonymous writes, everyone is the chief of staff, but the chief of staff.
Donald Trump is the chief of staff. The kids aren't the chief of staff. All the rest of the folks aren't.
Random
the chief
Fox
of staff.
News hosts are not the chief of staff.
Trump is the chief of staff. He fears nothing and nobody.
Is that a good quality for a president?
I think in some cases it is. I guess in some other cases, maybe it's a challenge. But he is the person in charge. And I think any assertion otherwise is just pure fiction. The president's the quarterback. He's the center, and the running back. He plays every role.
That's unusual, though, is it not?
It is, but he's a force of nature.
Then you think you're going to get impeached?
Well, I shouldn't be.
Thank you very much. It's a great honor.
Anonymous appears to confirm the outlines of the Ukraine controversy at the heart of the House impeachment inquiry. American presidents don't implore foreign leaders to open investigations into domestic political opponents, Anonymous writes.
We learned that, given enough time and space, Donald J. Trump will seek to abuse any power he is given.
It's quite an accusation.
Wow, that's heavy.
Well, it's also loaded. The president's the fulcrum. He's got the authority to be the director of the orchestra. And that's how I think he views the presidency. And I think in most cases he has the authority.
The author claims Mr. Trump considered naming undocumented migrants enemy combatants and even sending some to Guantanamo Bay. Anonymous writes that Mr. Trump is a bully.
Go home to mommy.
Who lacks presidential judgment and a basic understanding of government. But Priebus says President Trump's instincts got him where he is.
What makes him who he is also what makes him electable to the American people. Donald Trump's strength comes from being Donald Trump. And I think he knows that.